Alright guys, today as promised we're going to go over the performance modifications that have been made to this 2015 Infiniti Q50. It is about to storm, so I'm going to try to knock this video out for you guys, but I'm going to go over not only power modifications but also supporting modifications, because you guys know that performance is not just power, it's the complete package. I guess we'll start with what we can see first, and what I see first is the Ford Star F14s. They are 19 by 9.5 plus 29 offset. Everybody asks me all the time. They're a pretty affordable wheel, but the best thing about them is that they're relatively light for the price. At about 22 pounds, they really help reduce the rotational mass when you upgrade to 19-inch wheels, especially if you're looking for budget-friendly wheels. They're often very, very heavy. So a 22-pound wheel at 19.9.5 is pretty nice. Paired with those Ford Star wheels are the Firehawk Indy 500s. These are Firestone Firehawk Indy 500s. They're a pretty decent tire, especially considering the price. They have a really nice aggressive tread pattern. They hook really, really well at a tread wear rating of about 340. You're going to be pretty pleased with how well these hook, especially when they get a little warmed up. Now, this being a non-sport Q50, I consider this an upgrade, which is the big brakes. This blue caliper's looking sick with the Speed Culture decal, but more importantly, more than the brake calipers themselves, a good set of pads is an important upgrade for any car. I am personally running StopTech street pads. They're great for everyday driving, but they perform well on the track as well. Another important braking element that you can't see from this angle is the stainless steel braided brake lines. I would also mention Motul.5.1 brake fluid. It's a higher heat, high performance brake fluid. You guys know under heavy braking conditions like a track day, for example, that brake fluid gets really, really hot, has a tendency to heat your rubber, your soft brake lines up, which causes that squishy pedal, and a squishy pedal on a track day is never a good thing. So when you have that higher performance brake fluid and then you pair it with the stainless steel braided brake lines, which will resist that squishiness, it'll stay firm and stiff, which will help you apply the maximum braking pressure to the calipers in your pads. Therefore, you're going to have a much better, much more confidence-inspiring braking performance on those track days or spirited driving days in the canyons. Pairing a solid performance pad with a nice rotor is an important combination. In this case, drilled and slotted rotors from R1 Concepts. Again, pretty budget friendly, but I've had two sets of the drilled and slotted rotors from R1 Concepts, one for the non-sport brake package and now one for the sport brake upgrade, and I'm pleased. Certainly there are more expensive and higher quality brake rotors out there, but this is a pretty good bang for your buck when you're considering a brake rotor package. You can get lighter weight rotors, of course, two-piece rotors from Z1 Motorsports, for example, that have, you know, their own benefits, but if you're just looking for a solid rotor upgrade, the R1 Concepts drilled and slotted, pretty decent. Now there's not much to see under the hood. You'll notice the Z1 Motorsports silicone intake tubes. Really the only benefit for them is their ability to insulate the air intake temperatures from the engine bay itself. The factory rubber tubes don't insulate all that well, so these just help keep that intake air cool. What you can't see is the AFE dry drop-in filters that we have in the factory air boxes. They flow really well, they perform really good, and it's a nice bang for your buck addition. The other performance element that I will point out under the hood is the Megan Racing strut tower brace. Now there's only a few options of strut tower braces for the Q50, and unfortunately they're all sort of 2 or 3 piece setups, and that is a problem because of the potential pivot point here. If you put a lot of force, there's potential for this to move, and ultimately you want it to remain stiff. However, I will say something is better than nothing. Even if there is a potential pivot point, it's better than not having any strut brace in this mix at all, especially considering it's a big, heavy, nose-heavy car. Certainly you guys will notice the stance, the beautiful stance of this Q50, and of course that is thanks to the BC Racing coilovers. Even a minor suspension upgrade for this Q50 makes a huge, huge difference. It's very, very difficult to see under the car, but here you get a glimpse of one of these sole function lateral braces that helps tie different chassis components together and keep the car rigid. Underneath the car, we also have the sole function M-style brace. These braces just help tie different components of the chassis together, keeping everything stiff and rigid. and improve handling overall. Good upgrades. We absolutely cannot forget to mention the Hotchkiss sway bars front and rear. Although the rear seemed to have the biggest impact, this is still one of my most favorite upgrades that I've made to this Q50. A big top heavy car with a lot of body roll. Adding the Hotchkiss sway bars really made this car a whole different animal on the road. Of course, what you guys can't see is the Speed Culture Studios custom cat bag system. It is becoming super popular, of course, because of how it sounds, and it sounds fantastic, but it actually performs really well. Check out the Speed Culture Studios custom cat bag system videos that I have dedicated to the setup with which will give you all of the details that you need, but essentially it's a 2.5-inch setup with a resonated X pipe in the form of a Borla Pro XS muffler, flow effects resonators out back. Sounds really good, flows very nicely, especially if you're bringing in some extra air with upgraded filters or cold air intakes. It performs awesome, and that is one of the key components to this performance package. Finally, all of that is tied together by an EcuTech tune by Soho Motorsports in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's important once you start modifying certain things like bringing in more air, pushing more air through the system, eliminating catalytic converters. It's important to have the car tuned so everything works properly together. Now, I didn't mention test pipes because test pipes are illegal, right? But if I were to have test pipes installed, they'd probably be top speed resonated test pipes paired with the Speed Culture Studios custom cat bag system. Resonated test pipes and just test pipes in general sound fantastic, but off-road use only. Essentially all of the parts, the performance parts mentioned today, cross over to a lot of different platforms, but specifically the G37 and the 370Z, from test pipes and exhaust. All of that can be overlapped essentially, but basically lighter wheels, a good braking setup, and nice tires, as well as suspension, chassis stiffening components, etc. All of those things paired together will help any car perform to its most highest potential, and that's what we have in our Q50. And I'm pumped. I obviously didn't mention headers or cold air intakes or ported throttle bodies or ported intake manifolds, because you guys know, if you've been involved in this VQ37 platform for any period of time, you'll know that you quickly reach a point of diminishing return for this VQ37 platform. Now, there are just a few key components that are going to get you very close to maximum horsepower output. Anything beyond those components gets to be very expensive for minimal gains, and that's why I have chosen not to pursue them. Check out my video that outlines the parts that you absolutely do not need for this car, and like I've always said, I'm not telling anyone to not purchase them. I'm just stating simple facts in that you reach a point where you start spending a bunch of money and not getting many results. But there's always more that we can do to improve the overall performance of this car, so there's a lot ahead for this car. So I hope you guys will subscribe, like this video, leave a comment down below. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one.